are, I guess not that bright and early. It's 7 o'clock now. I got up at 6:30. My hair's looking a little crazy. And my baby monitor is on full blast apparently. Okay, what I was saying is that I'm up somewhat bright and early. Got up at 6:30 this morning because I need to head down to San Diego. That's about like 2 hours from where I live. And that's because I am getting my life-changing hair treatment. I've been getting this hair treatment now for I think like 3.5 years, and yeah, it's life-changing. It's the best. Can't live without it, and the last time I got it was 9 months ago. So it's completely fallen out. My hair is really curly, all the things. I'll tell you more about it once we get in the car. So I'm gonna do a quick makeup and then we'll get going. Okay, we've made it with 10 minutes to spare, so I think that should be enough time for me to tell you what I'm doing, what this hair treatment is, and basically the hair treatment is called Nanoplastia. It's like a hybrid between a keratin treatment and a hair or like curl relaxer. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been getting it for about like 3.5 years or so, and it's been literally life-changing. I have gotten the keratin treatment before, but the keratin treatment I found was a bit like more finicky. Like there's a lot of things that you couldn't use, a lot of like it would be like easily stripped from your hair, I guess. Like I think, I don't know, alcohol, salt water, certain ingredients and products would all like strip the product from your hair, whereas you do need to be a little bit careful with the nanoplastia, but not as much, if that makes sense. And yeah, I have really frizzy, curly, and a lot of hair, and my hair is like ringlets. I mean, it's so curly. Maybe not so much anymore because I've gotten it done so many times, but I've gotten my hair chopped a few times since I got this treatment last done. So I've been cutting away at like what's left. And because I take care of my hair, this treatment doesn't ever really like fully strip out. My hair just kind of like grows out. And so it's like, I like basically grew the treatment out. So yeah, my hair is like all curly and frizzy. Yeah, getting this treatment done has saved so much time because I'm able to, if I do like a quick workout, I can get in the shower and then let my hair air dry, and it will air dry pin straight. Whereas right now, sometimes I work out and I just like stay in my sweat because I'm like, I don't have time to get in the shower and do my hair before my son gets up from his nap. So yeah, right now showers are like strictly saved for when my husband gets home from work, which is not ideal, but we do what we can. Right now I have it blow dried, and this is like, I use like the Revlon styler to like really like create tension and straighten the hair. Otherwise it would not dry like this. What else can I say about the treatment? It's really long. It takes forever to get it done. It takes about like 4 hours because again, I have a lot of hair and they work in like really small sections. The girl that I go to is in San Diego, like I mentioned. So I can leave her information below for anyone who's interested. I think that's it on the hair treatment. I wish I could show you a before, but I just could not bear to have my hair in the state that it typically dries in, so you'll just have to see the after. Yeah, and then since I'm in San Diego, my mom, or like my family, lives down here, so after my treatment is done, I'm gonna meet my mom and my sister for like an early dinner, have some girl time that I don't think the three of us have gone out to eat in a very, very long time. I don't have my son with me. He stayed with my husband. My husband is off on Fridays, so it's a solo day. So we're gonna enjoy it, go out to eat, which is something that is typically not enjoyed as much when you have kids, or at least toddlers who are busy and on the go. That's it, and then I'll just head home. I'll probably sit in a bunch of traffic on the way home, but what can you do? So yeah, okay, anyway, let's go get this treatment done. Okay, we are out of the hair treatment, and it doesn't look like, oh cool. It doesn't look like much right now. Though I told the girl who does the treatment, I'm like, okay, every time I get out of here, my hair looks lighter. Like, is the treatment making my hair lighter? And she said that, yeah, apparently because of like, I guess like the chemicals in your hair, it like fades your hair, but it eventually comes back, and that's happened to me before. But yeah, it doesn't look like much right now other than my hair being pinned straight. The real magic happens when I wash it for the first time. So next update will be when I wash the treatment out and you can see how my hair air dries, which is the craziest part. I just needed to give you guys a quick update because I still haven't washed my hair, but we just got back from being at the beach pretty much all day today, and if you have curly, frizzy, a lot of hair, then you know the struggle. When you're at the beach all day and you come home, poof, frizz like crazy. And I'm sorry, and look at this. Pin straight. Pin straight. Craziness. I just thought that that was like a good test for the treatment and a good way to prove to you guys that like this stuff is a miracle. I also just realized that the results aren't going to pack so much of a bang because I didn't show you my hair before, which like defeats the whole purpose. Like you needed to see what the treatment did, right? Okay, I'll see you when I wash my hair. Okay, moment of truth. I finished a Pilates class like 2 hours ago or so, but came home, fed my son, and yada yada. So you'll finally get to see how this mane dries after the treatment. Let's get in the shower. Okay, we are out of the shower, and there's nothing like the first shower post-treatment. It just feels like I have way less hair, which if you have a lot of hair and it's very frizzy, you know the struggle. Feeling like you have an endless amount of hair. And while I'm grateful for having a lot of hair, it's just a lot. But anyway, your hair just feels like so much smoother in the shower. It's like, oh man, you people out there who have straight hair, is this what it feels like to wash your head? It's like the best feeling ever. I cannot believe I'm coming on the internet like this with sopping my hair, looking like a rat. After I do my hair treatment, I typically don't throw it up in a towel. Just because I find that with the treatment, your hair tends to crease very easily. It goes away typically when you wash it again, but I feel like it holds memory a lot better, if that makes sense. So I find that when I put it up in the towel and my hair stays like contorted in a certain way, it'll kind of like dry that way. So I just let it kind of air dry naturally. I do grab my Crown Affair like microfiber towel. I just soak up whatever water is there, or trying to at least. And it goes without saying, there's nothing wrong with curly hair. I find curly, wavy, thick hair so beautiful. I always admire curly hair whenever it's like taken care of and beautiful. I'm like, oh, I wish that my hair would curl like that. I wish mine would be tamed like that. And it probably could, I just never figured out how to do it. I think that there is like a massive learning curve to having curly hair. If I could, I would have it curly. I saw this girl when I went to the Magic Castle like a month ago, and she had short hair like mine, and was like curly and beautiful, and oh, she looked so chic. I'm like, I wish that could be me. And here I am with like pin straight hair looking ridiculous. So nothing wrong with curly hair. It is so beautiful. I just never made it work for myself. So here we are getting treatments. Okay, let me go ahead and try and somewhat dry it, and I'll continue showing you the process. Okay, I'll come back for a check-in once it's like maybe 70% dry or so, or maybe once it's fully dry. I'll play it by ear. We are about to head to my sister-in-law's house, so I will not be filming there. So I guess I'll give you an update once we come back. Okay, final check-in before I do a roundup of my thoughts, and here is my hair completely air dry. I still have like a little bit of like wet like in here, so I would say it's like 97% dry. But yeah, I was kind of like running around with my son a little bit, so I ended up putting it in a little hair clip, which I thought was going to dent the crap out of it, but it actually, you can see like a little bit. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad, I don't think. I guess I'll watch this back. But yeah, this is what it's looking like. My hair was really short, so my girl who does my treatments said that it was really hard for her to get the bottom parts, but they still look pretty straight to me, so that's good. My only thing is that this always happens to me in the beginning is because it's so straight at the top, which is where like your hair is kind of like, or at least my hair is kind of like the thinnest, so the product tends to like really grab on or be very potent up at the top, but I find that it makes my hair pretty flat. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing like quite a bit of something down here, but like pretty flat, so it kind of makes me look like a triangle a little bit. I don't know. So what I would do typically is I grab my hot iron and grab just like a thin little layer up top. This is off, by the way, but I just grab it and then I'd like turn in like this, and then that would create like a little dent. And I do that back here as well and back here. And then that kind of gives like just some volume to the hair. And then I probably go in with like a texture spray just to, like I said, zhuzh it up a bit more. At the bottoms, they're looking a little dry, I feel like, and a little like jagged. So I think that I would probably go in and like maybe curl or like hit that end with my straightener. And I think that would give me the results that I want. I had gone kind of a while without the treatment, so I feel like if you get it touched up a few months after, or like stay on top of it every maybe 6 months or so, I think that it will be like pin straight every time. But I went 9 months in between and my hair is curly, so, and I chopped a lot of the pre-treated hair off, so it was like all my virgin hair, if you will, that was getting treated. So I should have gone a little bit sooner, but I'm gonna hit the ends with a little bit of oil. I'm just going in with my Oribe Gold Lust Nourishing Oil. But yeah, that is the hair treatment. That is the whole evolution and all the check-ins of this life-changing treatment. It isn't like perfect by any means right now, but it does save a lot of time. And like me getting out of the shower and going to my sister-in-law's house in sopping wet hair would never be a possibility like without this treatment. So it truly, not to be dramatic, but it's changed my life. And yeah, I'll close out this video with some final thoughts of just like my overall thoughts on the hair treatment and yada yada. I'll also leave my hair curls information in the description box below if you are in San Diego and you struggle with your hair and this seems like something that you're interested in. You can check her out. Final check-in, one more look. Okay, so as promised, I wanted to come on here and give some like last thoughts, a bit of a roundup on this Nanoplastia hair journey in case any of you were interested in doing it. So I felt like throughout this kind of like little vlog or whatever this was, it was, I don't know, I filmed it like in different parts, so I kind of like forgot what I said in the last clip, and so I wanted to make sure that I came on here and wrapped it up in a more cohesive way. So I have some notes here that I will be looking at. Okay, so the first thing about my hair, and if I haven't said this enough, I am truly so sorry that I did not do like a before of what my hair looked like. And I know it's a big ask, asking you to use your imagination, because I mean, this is how I've come on the internet. Like, you don't know my hair any other way. So, okay, so the first thing that I wanted to say is that it doesn't leave your hair perfect by any means, but it really saves you a lot of time. And so this is my hair air dried. And if you have frizzy hair or very unruly or curly hair, then you know that this is like insane that your hair would ever air dry like this. Like I literally, you guys saw that clip of me getting out of the shower, going to my sister-in-law's house, and this is that hair. It just like air dried so straight. I mean, it is truly crazy. This morning I did go in a little bit and try to like bend in the ends because it's so straight. I find that like with my haircut, it tends to look a little bit jagged, like the more straight it is. When my hair is more natural, has natural texture to it, it tends to like poof out a little bit. It looks a bit fuller, so the ends tend to like come in more, I feel like, if that makes any sense. So when it's pinned straight, I feel like you can really see my cut and like the jaggedness of when it gets thinned out and all of that. Because yes, I have that much hair that I need to thin it out every time I get a haircut, and I feel like the thinning out kind of creates a bit of texture in the hair despite it being like one length. All that to say is that I still go in with a flat iron, just like I said, like kind of curve in the pieces so that my hair doesn't look so jagged. I also, like I showed you, I like to go in at the root to create like a little bit more volume, just so it's not like so stuck to my head. Another thing that I didn't have on the list, but I noticed this morning, is that my hair gets way oilier way quicker. I am a girly who likes to go many days between washing her hair, so I usually go like 3 to 4 days. I don't know, that might not be like a lot to some, but you know, whatever. And I feel like with a Nanoplastia, you have to wash it like every other day. Like 2 days is like the max, because I washed my hair 2 days ago at this point, and it was so oily this morning, like bad. And it's usually not that oily by day 2. So I don't know, again, if it's because my hair, if like the new kind of like hair texture or whatever it is, that the oils just kind of like seep through, but very oily. The girl who does my hair, she mentioned to me that actually, I know with like the keratin treatment, the more infrequently that you wash it, or the less you wash it, the longer the treatment lasts. My girl had told me that actually with the Nanoplastia, you actually do want to wash it like every day, because I guess the hair oils can strip, like if your hair is too oily, you can strip the treatment out. So something to keep in mind. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever washed it every single day. I think I've gone like every other day, and I don't know if I noticed that much of a difference between washing it every day, or sorry, washing it every other day and then going days in between, and like how fast it strips my hair of the treatment. I haven't really noticed a difference, so take that for what it is. Now, depending on where you go, depending on who you go to, it can be very, very worth the price. The girl that I go to, she is so fair in her pricing, and I believe it's on the amount of hair and the length of your hair. It's how she prices it. And it's always been, like I said, very fair, very reasonable, and I have found it to be so worth it for the amount of time that it lasts. Typically, they say that this treatment lasts 4 to 6 months, but honestly, I stretch it every time. I think every time I've gone 8 to 9 months, for the exception of the first time. I went in after, I think, 4 months to get it like retouched. And then yeah, every other time after that, it's been, like I said, this past time was like 9 months. So I find that towards the end, I'm struggling and I have to like really put in some elbow grease to like round brush my hair. I could go in more frequently to like maintain the straightness of it. It's like one of those things that you don't really make time for, like getting my hair cut. I actually reached out to someone because, like I said, the girl that I go to, she is about an hour 45 from me. So I had reached out to somebody over here, and I was just like, maybe, you know, closer to home would be better. So I reached out to somebody, and she quoted me a starting price of $700. Starting, okay? That wasn't taking into consideration the fact that I have a lot of hair. So given that I have so much hair and it always takes people so long to cut my hair or do whatever to my hair, I think she would have charged me like in the thousands. So that was a no for me. I'm like, girl, no. Going down to San Diego and like the gas money, the time, all of that still does not equate what this other person was charging. But anyway, yeah, super worth it. Another thing is that I do find that this treatment tends to dry out my hair a little bit, even though it makes it look like super healthy and shiny and it's supposed to be like good for your hair. I do find that it tends to like dry it out a little bit, and I notice it more as the treatment starts to fall off. I tend to notice like that it's pretty freaking dry. So, but it's like not so bad where like you feel like your hair is trashed or it's like stringy or like straw like. It's just, you just need a good hair oil and run it through the ends and then call it a day. Okay, I was gonna say that I have done the keratin treatments and Brazilian treatments, and I have found that this one is way better just as far as like how not as finicky it is. Like you can still, I think with the keratin treatment, I remember that you couldn't like go in like salt water, I think, or like the salt would like strip your treatment. According to my girl, with the Nanoplastia, you can like do pretty much everything except use shampoos that have like sulfates and parabens. You want to stay away from that because that will strip your hair. But other than that, oh, and then like certain hair products can strip your hair. But other than that, it's like pretty limited. You can do kind of a lot with this treatment, which is really nice. Also, the difference between the Nanoplastia and the keratin treatments is that the Nanoplastia is allegedly organic, and it doesn't have any formaldehyde, which the keratin treatments do have. So if you're looking for a little bit of a cleaner alternative, then this is a good choice. At the end of the day, I always say anything that's like changing the natural texture of your hair. I mean, to go from what my hair was to pin straight, I mean, there's still like chemicals at the end of the day, right? Like how healthy is it really is how I see it. But okay, and then the last thing that I wanted to mention is that if you are planning on getting this hair treatment and you either want to cut your hair short or you just like want to get a haircut, I highly recommend doing the hair treatment before you get your hair cut, especially if you're going short. This was my mistake, and I knew it because basically they put the treatment on your hair and you kind of like sit and soak, and then they like kind of rinse it off, but she does like flat iron the treatment into your hair, kind of like a keratin treatment. And so the bottom pieces, I mean, if they're too short, she's not going to risk burning your head. So yeah, to avoid that and to ensure that whoever's doing your treatment gets in like really close and is able to make your hair straight like from the root, it's best to just get a haircut afterwards. So what I've done in the past is I have gone to get my hair treatment, and then when I go to the hair salon, I just make sure that I bring my shampoo and conditioner. You can use like any shampoo conditioner that doesn't have sulfates and parabens. I just buy whatever my girl has there. So yeah, and I just like tell my hairdresser like, hey, please no hair product, just like a cut, dry it, maybe a little bit of hair oil, and I'm good to go. You need to style it. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I think those are my final thoughts on the Nanoplastia treatment. Like I said, I've gotten it now for like 3 or 3.5 years, and I really feel like it's life-changing. I feel like I cannot live without it. I thought that I was gonna stop getting it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to like really keep putting like chemicals like in my body, just because I mean it's going like on your scalp, you know, so you are absorbing that to some extent. So I'm like, oh, like I don't want to like do that as often anymore. And I thought about putting a pause, but the quality of life, I'm not joking, the quality of life that this hair treatment gives me is like, yeah, I'm like, literally, I can just tell my husband, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna run in the shower really quick. I get in the shower, I do my thing, and I come back out and I can let my hair air dry, and I'm like with my family, you know, spending family time. And when I don't have my hair treatment, I'm like, I gotta go get in the shower. It's like a drag, and like get in the shower, get out, and like, you know, put all the crap in my hair and blow dry it and then straighten it. And then like an hour and a half later, I come out and like, maybe it's just a me thing because I get FOMO and I should see it as like me time, but yeah, I don't know. I just really feel like it's improved my quality of life. And even my husband says it. He's like, I feel like your quality of life has like really improved since getting this hair treatment. I'm like, yeah, it really has. Anywho, if you are interested at all in learning more about the hair treatment, you can leave your questions below. I will try to answer them as best as I can. I'm obviously not the expert. I can always text my hair girl and like ask her whatever you want me to ask her. And yeah, like I said, I will leave her information down below. I'll leave like her Instagram so that if you are in the San Diego area and you are considering or want to get this hair treatment done, or even if you're like in Southern California, I mean, she's worth a drive, honestly. So yeah, but if there's anything else, let me know. And if not, then I will see you next time. Toodles.